ever wondered how that 3-digit number called a credit score can impact your financial life? It's like a financial report card, reflecting your credit worthiness to lenders, landlords, and even employers. It's a measure of how dependable you are in the world of credit, and it's based on your credit history. A common misconception is that you only have one credit score. Actually, there are multiple models and scoring methods, so you have several scores, and they might vary. Another myth is that checking your own score hurts it. In reality, this type of check, known as a soft inquiry, doesn't affect your score at all. Your credit score influences whether you'll be approved for loans, credit cards, or even a rental home. It can also affect the interest rates you're charged. A higher score means better terms and conditions. Now that we understand the importance of a credit score, let's explore how we can boost it. Have you ever heard of trade lines or authorized user accounts? Well, let's start with trade lines. A trade line is essentially a record of activity for any type of credit extended to a borrower and reported to a credit reporting agency. Each credit account you have is considered a separate trade line. This can include mortgages, credit card accounts, student loans, auto loans, and personal loans. If you're looking to boost your credit score, adding positive trade lines can be a game changer. But how does it work, you ask? Well, when a positive trade line is added to your credit report, it can significantly improve your credit score. This is because your credit score is calculated based on the information in your credit report, which includes the details of your trade lines. The more positive the trade lines, the better your credit score. Now let's talk about authorized user accounts. An authorized user account is when the primary holder of a credit card account adds another person to the account. This person, known as the authorized user, is then able to make purchases with the account, but the primary account holder is still responsible for making the payments. So why would you want to be an authorized user? Well, becoming an authorized user on a credit card account with a long history of on-time payments can help to improve your credit score. This is because the account's payment history is added to your credit report, potentially raising your credit score. But it's not all roses and rainbows. Both trade lines and authorized user accounts come with potential risks. For instance, if the primary account holder misses payments or maxes out the credit card, it could negatively affect your credit score. It's always important to ensure that the primary account holder has a strong history of responsible credit use. Now that we understand these terms, let's dive into how they can be used to boost your credit score. So, how can trade lines help boost your credit score? Well, let's break it down. Trade lines are essentially credit accounts that appear on your credit report. These could be car loans, credit cards, mortgages, or any other type of credit you've taken out. They're called trade lines because they're the lines of credit that trade hands between you and the lender. Now here's the interesting part. You can actually purchase trade lines from people with good credit history, and when you do so, that trade line's entire credit history gets added to your credit report. This can be a game changer if you're trying to boost your credit score. Let's say you buy a trade line from someone who's had a credit card for 10 years and has never missed a payment. Suddenly, your credit report reflects a decade of perfect payment history. This can significantly increase your credit score because payment history makes up 35% of your score. But that's not all. Purchasing a trade line can also increase the age of your credit history. This is important because older credit accounts are seen as more reliable, which can further boost your score. Credit age accounts for about 15% of your score. Lastly, trade lines can increase your credit limit. When you buy a trade line, the credit limit of that account is added to your total credit limit. This can improve your credit utilization ratio, which is the amount of credit you're using compared to the total credit available to you. A lower utilization ratio is better for your score. Credit utilization accounts for about 30% of your score. In essence, purchasing trade lines can boost your score by improving your payment history, increasing the age of your credit history, and raising your credit limit. But remember, these aren't overnight fixes. It takes time for these changes to reflect on your credit report. Trade lines are a powerful tool in credit improvement, but they're not the only tool. Let's look at authorized user accounts next. Scene script. How about authorized user accounts? How can they help boost your credit score? Well, let's dive right into that. An authorized user account is a credit card account where you are not the primary account holder, but are allowed to use the account for purchases. This is typically a method used by parents to help their children build credit, but it can also be a strategy for anyone looking to improve their credit score. Here's how it works. When you become an authorized user on someone else's credit card account, that account's payment history becomes part of your credit report. If the account holder has a solid track record of making payments on time, this can positively impact your credit history. Remember, your credit history makes up about 35% of your credit score, so this can be a significant boost. Additionally, becoming an authorized user can increase your credit limit without you having to apply for a new line of credit. This can decrease your credit utilization ratio, which is the amount of credit you're using compared to the total credit available to you. A lower utilization ratio can lead to a higher credit score, as it accounts for nearly 30% of your overall score. However, it's important to remember that while becoming an authorized user can offer benefits, it also carries risks. If the primary account holder starts missing payments or maxes out the credit card, this could negatively impact your credit score. So, choose wisely when deciding whose account you'd like to be added to. Also, not all credit card issuers report authorized user accounts to the credit bureaus, so make sure to check this before becoming an authorized user. In conclusion, when used wisely, becoming an authorized user can be a powerful tool to boost your credit score. It can provide you with a longer credit history and a lower credit utilization ratio, both of which are key factors in determining your credit score. While both trade lines and authorized user accounts can help improve credit scores, they should be used wisely. So, what have we learned today about boosting credit scores? We've discovered that credit scores are a crucial part of our financial health, influencing everything from loan approvals to interest rates. We've also demystified the concepts of trade lines and authorized user accounts. These are powerful tools that can help increase your credit score significantly when used correctly. Trade lines can enhance your credit history by showing responsible use of credit, while authorized user accounts can provide a boost by associating you with another person's well-managed credit account. However, remember that these tools come with potential risks. Misuse can lead to a decrease in credit score or even legal troubles. Therefore, it is essential to use them responsibly and judiciously, always keeping your financial goals in sight. Remember, boosting your credit score is a journey, not a sprint. Use these tools wisely, and you'll be on your way to a healthier financial future.